He loves tequila. Chris, as we all know, is an avid hiker, camper, adventurer extraordinaire. All his life, he's been waiting, and he didn't know that, but he was training to meet my time. Now he can keep up with her. She actually challenges him on hikes by making him rock climb difficult vertical peaks. Both Chris and Maitana share a love for travel. They actually got engaged on their trip to Croatia. I've traveled with Chris quite a bit in our Mediterranean and Midwest and Caribbean trips. I have some advice for Maitana. If he takes you on a relaxing trip to, let's say, Bali, he will need activities, water sports. He will make you do sprints up and down the beach. Laying out on the beach is just a very small portion of the agenda. It's a good thing Maitana is a teacher because Chris was always an A+ student. He got into college on a full scholarship by writing a poem. A poem that I'm going to read right now. Just kidding, that would be boring. I mean, who likes poems? But it's true. Chris is a true scholar. Chris overanalyzes and researches the minutiae of every detail in life, and Maitana pushes him to just do it and make a decision. They both have an insane amount of energy and zest for life, and they are well suited to begin their journey through marriage together. One thing I do know is that Chris has never been happier since he met Maitana. Now a toast to a happy couple. In Polish we say na zdrowie, and in Spanish there's a saying I learned: arriba, abajo, el centro, pa dentro.
Wow, that was one great speech, Arthur. I don't know how it's going to be tough to follow. Anyhow, well, first I would like to all raise the glasses. And smile. Cheers. Okay. Now my parents will believe that I was best man at Chris's wedding. But I want you all to know that I was not Chris's first choice for the best man. Many of you, well, none of you do know that, but Chris asked Donald Trump. But fortunately, he was unable to attend. As you know, Chris is a very, what's the word I'm looking for? No, it's not poetry. I'm not really good at this, but
nice.
Smiling.
It's not the words. It's just that I'm so sorry, man. Well, let me just read it. I wrote it, so he likes to take control of pretty much everything, and so it probably does not come as a surprise when he asked me, or rather demanded of me, that he sees my speech. So, well, he did, and this is what he did. He redacted everything. So if I were to read that speech, I would have to just say this. I had known Chris for a long time. He's a great guy. Let us all lift our glasses and wish the bride and groom all the happiness in the world. See the speech? Well, it's a good news. Well, thank God I prepared another speech that you did not know about. So there are a few things that I would like to share with you. Well, let me start off with maybe, again, Chris is very driven and detail-oriented kind of guy. So it should come as no surprise to any of you when I tell you that when Noah was building his ark and God asked him to bring only 2 of all living creatures into the ark, 1 female and 1 male, it was left to Chris to bend over and look underneath each animal and make sure that there was only 1 of each kind entering the ark. That was supposed to be funny, but no. The delivery might be a little bit screwed up, but the intentions were good. Yeah. Anyway, well, Mike Hanna, did you know what an amazing husband you happen to have? He's, well, the world would not be the same place without Chris. He is a true visionary. It was Chris who gave Gandhi the name of his tailor, and it was Chris who told Billy Joel to look uptown for a girl. Well, enough about Chris. Maybe a little bit something about Mike Hanna. Did you know that Mike Hanna introduced Chris to rock climbing? No, for real. It did happen. I don't know much about rock climbing. So I looked it up, and there is a whole dictionary dedicated to rock climbing terminology. And there are some few words I would like to share with you. And this is all true, by the way. I'm not making this up. So these are the words: booty, buttress, chest jam, clawing, crack climbing, hand jam, jamming, moving together, nut key, no hand rest. Now, that's a good one. I didn't make that one up. Screamer, screw on, self-belay, belay slave, and teabagging. Now, who here wouldn't want to marry a girl who could teach you all of those things? So with all that being said, I would like to toast to the bride and the groom. Please raise your glasses for real this time. No selfies. And I need to read this. So here we go. Chris, you have been a great friend to me over the years, and I can count on your advice and support. It's been invaluable to me. I count myself to be a lucky guy to have you as a friend, and now I'm going to be twice as lucky to have you both in my life. I wish you all the happiness in the world, and may all your dreams come true, and may you both share long and prosperous life together.
Jen.
I'm Kate. I have been best friends with my Tommy for about the past 15 years. But first, I just wanted to say thank you to my Tommy and Chris and their parents for this beautiful night and this gorgeous wedding, and to all the people who traveled to be here. Thank you for coming. So my Tommy and I met at Maria Regina High School, where we Table Montenegro, where we laughed our way through every class we had together and got ourselves in trouble for that along the way. We have traveled together. We have lived together in a tiny one-bedroom apartment in New York City. And we have lived across the globe from one another. And in those 15 years, a lot of things have changed, like our eyeshadow, and our hairstyles, boyfriends, jobs. But the one thing that has always remained the same is our bond and our unconditional love for one another. My Tani is the kindest and most generous person I have ever met in my life. When something good happens to you, no one will be more excited for you than my Tani. And when something goes bad, she will share in her sadness like it was her own. She would truly do anything for the people that she loves, and I have certainly benefited from that kindness many times. She is also, as you all know, so much fun, always up for an adventure, always willing to try something new, and always bringing her characteristic, sweet, and sassy self. My Tani and I were 17 when we figured out that we were soul sisters, which is a term that we coined to explain the way that we never really needed to explain ourselves to each other. We always wanted to do the same things, like go to happy hour, watch reality TV, go faux, because we knew how to make the other one laugh like nobody else could. Whenever I'm around my Tani, she makes me feel like the funniest, coolest person on earth. And that is one of her many precious gifts. She builds people up, makes them better, and helps them to see the best parts of themselves. Chris has a similar way about him. He's always looking for things to be as good and right as they can possibly be. Whether that is in regards to the food you eat or the house you buy, not just for himself, but for the people he cares about as well. He has a genuine interest in getting to know people and what is going on in their lives, and is incredibly generous with his time and knowledge, which, as we know, is extensive, because he's done a lot of research. And it is through that care and generosity that Chris builds up those around him and makes them better. And obviously he did his research with my Tani, because there is no better decision on earth than to keep her by your side for the rest of your life. When my Tani and Chris met, it was very quickly obvious that they were crazy about each other. They have a shared passion for adventure, travel, food, dancing, obviously, and life. And most importantly, for each other. Both my Tani and Chris radiate positive energy, and when they come together, they perfectly balance each other out. Chris is earnest and carefully considerate. My Tani is laid back and has a strong faith that things will work out. And I think these qualities mixed together will lead to an incredibly happy and successful life. True to their nature, I believe they will bring out the best in one another forever. So I cannot wait to see the amazing life that you have and all those little Polish Mexican babies. So please raise your glass to these two wonderful people and wish them a long and happy and healthy life. I love you both.
I know.